podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't want to take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines. Stuff.
Hey guys, yep, I've received your emails and the comments on the Instagram page. There is an Instagram page, by the way.
Oh, good.
Oh, I don't know if you want. I'll tell you about the Instagram page in a second. But I did get the feedback, and yes, I'm so sorry. R.I.P. Betty Grable. We did overlook her yesterday, and. You know, it's weird because, like, I spent the whole day celebrating her is the thing, you know? Like, every other second than when we were on the podcast was about Betty Grable and me celebrating her. And I think that's the thing is I just blacked out, you know? Fugue state. Anyway. So, yeah, R.I.P. Betty Grable. The most average, looking film star from the 40s. No, Mike, I think probably is a good representation of the audience here, in the sense that you didn't know who Betty Grable was.
Nope.
And I don't really know who Betty Grable is.
Right.
But I was explaining that it's just one of those things where, again, I hear it in starring Betty Grable.
The old timey.
Yeah. Jewel of the Nile. She wasn't in Jewel of the Nile. Because that is a movie, but yeah, she's just some old-timey actress. And I guess I just wanted to do a bit. Hey guys, I'm Wes Sievertson. Today is Thursday, December 19th.
Thursday.
I am here with Mike.
Hi guys.
Lee, like the pants.
Like the pants, like the jeans,
Like
the blue
the jeans.
jeans.
We did talk about that on the on the Pood. I can't mispronounce podcast because there's already people who do that. I apologize, but it's hard. Dude, I gotta fight because I don't even mean it like pudding.
Right.
It's just the podcast.
Podcast.
That's not as fun. Okay, moving on. Hey, like I said, December 19th. Oh, the cinematic masterpiece. On this day in 1980, 9 to 5, starring Dolly Parton and Lily Tomlin, was released. And women everywhere have not been the same since. Their rights... You know, I don't know if there was even a term for sexual harassment in the workplace before Dolly Parton and Lily Tomlin brought it to Hollywood. Listen, I honestly have not seen that movie.
I also have not seen that movie.
Cool. I had a question, perhaps if you had seen it, but since you haven't, also released on this day in 1980, Raging Bull. Martin Scorsese. It's great. I do love Raging Bull. It's an intense movie.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I mean, there's no like good guy in that movie. You know, complicated characters.
Is it about a boxer?
Yeah. Who might be have a little domestic violence in his repertoire. Sorry. I just pretended like I was going to eat the mic, and then I think I almost pulled like a muscle in my jaw.
Oh, good. Jeez.
Whoops. Getting old. My jaw's getting old. Okay. Turning 44, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jakey J.
You know, I heard that that's not how you say their name. That was just how people wanted to say it. And so very early in like their careers, agents, whoever, representatives were like, just go by Gyllenhaal. It's just easy. Yeah, everyone's saying Gyllenhaal, and it's apparently not how they've traditionally pronounced. Oh, what? Is there a dog here? Are we in heaven?
Are we all dogs go to heaven?
Yeah, where all dogs go.
Surprised we made it here.
Yeah, seriously. I was. You know what? I wasted a lot of resources making other plans. You know, like I wasted. I guess it's good it's heaven, and I like don't need anything. Because I seriously like. But here's the thing. I kind of wanted my guitar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel bad. Is that possible? We're in heaven.
We're in heaven.
Oh, I guess you can't have an identity in heaven. You can't have any sort of associations.
Oh, yeah.
I'm joking. I'm doing a bit. But seriously, have you ever thought about it?
Yeah,
You
no.
ever thought about
Yeah.
it? I remember making. I think Cole probably would remember this pretty distinctly as well. Because like one of the, I was at one of the old, oh god damn it, one of the few times I went to like Sunday Bible youth
Youth
What do
group,
youth-
Bible study.
Bible, but like at the church, it was on
Mhm.
Sunday. It's like after the main sermon. They call it like.
I think it's Bible study. Is it?
I don't know, dude. But you're broken up into like age groups and stuff.
Yeah.
And they kind of let me go with Cole because I was with Cole.
Right.
So I was like at a grade above
Right.
whatever at the stupid church thing. And yeah, he like. I think he thought he was really going to blow everybody's minds whenever he actually was saying, yeah, like you don't remember anything in heaven or something like that. And I was like, yeah, because if you do, then you're going to be sad.
Right.
And you're going to be longing for this or that
Mhm.
or whoever. And I remember I think he was shook by me being like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And then all the other kids just being like probably a little more shook by what you know what I mean?
Right.
Just a weird.
Or shook by
psych-
his
Yeah.
shaken.
And then me. It actually reminds me. Listen, I am an idiot, but I love puzzles, and and that's kind of how human thought and human belief. It's a big old puzzle,
Right.
And so, and there are how they fit together, and that's honestly, actually, that kind of reminds me. I'll get back to what I was going to say, which who cares anyway. But anyway, what early on, what really became a very clear like, oh yeah. Religion and philosophical consistency, belief, a shared belief is so cultural. Look how it can we can track how it geographically spreads. That's not a natural. I mean, it's natural to how the world works, but it's not a divine spreading. What are you talking about? Like a disease? Makes no fucking sense, dude. And even at 15, that was all I needed to kind of realize was like, it's a process. It's a game. It's a selling. It's like a fashion. So what if fashion's different in the Americas or the Middle East? You know what I mean?
Sure,
Like it never made any sense. And so yeah. Like what I was gonna say is that moment with the youth leader, or whatever, who was Toby's dad, by the way.
Oh yeah, Mr. Green.
I forgot. I just realized. Oh, we didn't need to say the whole.
yeah,
Hey, what are you gonna do? I should know by now. But no. It reminded me of being in Cub Scouts,
Okay.
where they presented. Like I actually, you know what? This they presented us with like a riddle or a puzzle or whatever, which I guess is what a word puzzle, which is what a riddle is. I think. They actually used it in I think Fargo. I don't remember which season, but I was like, I was the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. You know, like there it is, holding my drink. Anyway, I think I've actually I might have said this on the goddamn podcast before. I'm so sorry, but it did remind me of the moment where the puzzle is. I'll get through it real quick. Hey, you got a wolf, you got a sheep, you got a bale of hay, you got a river, you got a boat.
Right.
You can only fit one of them and yourself. To get across. If you leave the sheep with the hay, it'll eat the hay. If you leave the wolf with the sheep, so how do you get them across? And like, I wasn't the only one who solved it,
Right.
but like, it definitely was clear that he didn't expect anyone to solve it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And that's where it's like, you think back. You know what? Okay, I'm sorry to go from story to story to story, but I was thinking about this the other day because I'm building a goddamn Simpson house in Minecraft like a child. And there was this like private tutor, trumpet private tutor.
Oh yeah.
For private lessons. I don't know that he was a private tutor. That you just called it private lessons. You could pay for it and whatever. But usually it was like some college student.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, we were 15, 16
Right.
years old, and maybe they were fresh out of college, and they're 22, 23, 24, whatever. And so I'm building a goddamn Simpson house, and I'm thinking like, who doesn't like The Simpsons? Like some
Sure.
It's like Saturday Night Live. You know, you have your era of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That you grew up with, and
Sure.
And so who really doesn't? And then I remembered, I remember that one private lessons trumpet guy. Disparaging The Simpsons for, admonishing his religion. And I remember hearing that, being in the room with him saying that, and just thinking like, I didn't really think about it before,
Right.
Because I'm not a religious person,
Right.
And so I think I took it a little seriously. Not that it changed my opinion on The Simpsons, but I think I just like I considered it. I was like, oh yeah, like I guess that's weird,
Sure. Sure.
But now at 35, I'm like, fuck that 22-year-old bitch. Oh, it's my religion. Watch something else. Shut the fuck up. Go play your goddamn trumpet.
Oh, that's funny.
But at 16, it's like, oh, well. And maybe that's what happened as you get older, and that's bad, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that is perhaps the way of thinking. It's a gateway drug to being like, hey, if you find out that like somebody molested a child, we can just put them down. I'll do it. How much do you want to pay me? I'll do it.
Does it come with health benefits?
It better. That's halfway a bit, but also I'd apply.
Yeah.
Let's see. And maybe after the first time, hey, listen, there have been executioners for a long time.
100%.
The guy who played Peter Pettigrew played an executioner once, like The Last Executioner or something. I should watch that movie. Yeah, I've never seen it. I think it came out in the 2000s. I think it was called The Last Executioner.
That sounds familiar, or like I've heard it before.
Yeah. It's funny because Peter Pettigrew has come up recently in some things I've been listening to.
Oh, really?
On some podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
And they went through the pretty classic conundrum I think we all went through whenever we found out that Peter Pettigrew was like a 32-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the books.
Right.
I think in the movies he's like 40.
Yeah.
And Ron, and they didn't know that till Ron was like 13. And so if he started playing with himself the age I started playing with myself, that's a 32-year-old man like as a rat, either whimpering in the corner while like a 11-year-old flops his bubble gum, slaps his tube, or
Flops his bubble gum.
I don't know. Just made it up. Or was he like eyeing it? You know what I mean?
Right. Ugh.
So there's some problems there.
Now I can't get out of my head. Flopping my bubble gum to some potatoes,
Hey,
look at those potatoes.
I'm really distracted by this picture of potatoes I saw last night. I was too tired to flop my bubble gum, so just waiting for the right moment.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's so good.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone. Okay, turning 52, my girlfriend, Josie.
Melissa Milano.
Melissa Milano. Yeah, we all know Melissa Milano.
She was one of the charmed ones, wasn't she?
I've masturbated to her, yes.
Oh, I flopped my bubble gum.
I've flopped my bubble gum to her a couple times. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever said. Okay. Well, all right. God damn it. Gotta get through it. All right. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Fight through it. Turning 61 today, Jennifer Beals. Was it Flashdance? I think she was also in the L Word, and stuff. I mean, she's a pretty well-known actress. Wasn't she also in the Wonder Woman? Yeah, I think she was she Wonder Woman's mom in the latest remakes or whatever? She's been in a bunch of stuff. I might be she's the Flashdance girl, the dropping water on her ship, which has been parodied and satirized a thousand times. Yeah, Jennifer Beals turning 61. Beautiful woman. Beautiful. Turning 55, Christy Swanson. She was Chrissy Boner. Oh, she was Buffy. She was Buffy in the Buffy movies as well. But then, yes. Oh, yeah. That was the thing. So there's two people from Dude, Where's My Car having a birthday today. One is Christy Swanson, who I think has a little different level of prestige because, hey, she was also in Big Daddy. She was the girlfriend at the beginning of Big Daddy. So she's got some...
He's got a 5-year plan. What, not to die?
Classic, dude. Honestly, Big Daddy, that's prime Adam Sandler
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
It's still ridiculous, obviously.
100%.
But it's not like what they are now, where it's.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what they are now, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I did watch The Ridiculous Six.
Okay.
I think that's what it was called, the parody of the Magnificent
Mhm.
Seven or whatever, and like that I can take as like a over the top, whatever. I don't know how exactly. It's just so ridiculous and
Mm-hmm.
childish, and I can take like this Western kind of being that way, but then telling like these modern stories, like I don't know. I don't know enough about it. And I've thought about watching Hubie Halloween because I kind of will watch anything that Julie Bowen is in.
Mm.
It's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Rose Byrne thing.
Yep.
What if they kissed? I shouldn't talk about that. I apologize. No one
Keep
no
talking
one,
about that. Someone's
no
gonna
one-
go and start
no-
flicking
no-
their bubble gum.
Yeah,
to
someone's gonna start flopping that gum. Turning 56 today, Ken Marino, and guess what? I don't remember who that is.
it. Yeah, neither do I.
Ken Marino. Cool. Turning 37. Ronan Farrow. I was telling.
He's the B actor who's in everything, or in a lot of things.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep, Ken Marino. Yeah. What am I? Yeah, what? God damn it. I mean, Wet Hot American Summer. All the. I mean, he's and then everything associated with those guys. He'll be in
Right.
a bunch of kind of supporting roles in Paul Rudd movies or Amy Poehler shit or something, or just with that group. Oh, I'm sure he was like a part of some improv group. You know what I mean? Like all of those guys.
Oh yeah,
seem to be
100%.
from that kind of background. Which is Denver's a pretty good place for that, huh?
Yeah.
I should go do it and see how quickly I get booed. You know what I mean?
There's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to make it happen. Make a list of things I could say. Probably about 10. I think 10 would cover it. 10 things.
10 things.
If it takes about 3, I know I got 6 left. Like in the chamber. That last one I'm really scared of. That 10th one, if I have to get all the way down to the 10th one, I don't even consider it being there. No, I just fucked my math up for a second, to be honest. I wasn't thinking. And I said 6 and 3 is 10. But anyway. All right. Fuck it. Oh, the other person from
Yeah,
Dude
turning 44.
So Maria Sokolov.
Sokolov?
Yeah, the other girlfriend who's not my conforming Jennifer. He reminded me
Mm-hmm.
that Jennifer Garner was one of the girlfriends in Dude, Where's My Car? So the other girlfriend.
The other girlfriend. The other sister.
Oh right,
So I
they
think
were
they're sisters, yeah.
because they were called the something sisters. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird movie. What a weird
movie's right?
Zoltan.
Zoltan.
Yeah, Colts. Love it. Okay. Weed, Colts, Where's My Car? Great. Fantastic. Jennifer Garner. And then Maria Sokolov. I don't know. Yeah, no, okay. So I mean I'm not going to go on the full rant.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should just pre-record stuff and all. Anyway, just so we don't lose it because I don't want to go on the full rant of. So she was on the top
Oh, yeah,
Of the-
yeah.
of the IMDb birthday list, and I've brought up my issues with the
Uh-huh.
IMDb algorithm before. And here's the thing: she did one thing last year. Before that, she hadn't done anything since 2020. And listen, she's done some stuff where like. Popular enough to where people still remember her face and have seen her face. If you watched Fuller House and shit, and a lot of people did. But to be at the top of the list because of what seems to be a right now streaming net, like I don't believe, like to be above Jake Gyllenhaal,
Right.
because of this very extremely momentary Netflix streaming content. I don't believe it's that strong.
Right.
I'd be questionable if it was number 2.
Sure.
For it to be number 1 over, listen. I've also heard that Jake Gyllenhaal's an asshole, so don't think that I'm like trying to
Oh, sure.
champion Jake Gyllenhaal. But you cannot deny.
Well, he's an asshole because they've been pronouncing his name
Yeah,
wrong
yeah, I
for
yeah,
his entire
apparently.
career.
Apparently, that's not how you say his name.
I'm curious what the real pronunciation is.
I bet if we Googled it, I don't know. I think you'd have to dig into how does Jake Gyllenhaal say his name, and maybe I bet there's an interviewer who's asked him. I kind of am imagining myself in that situation
Yeah.
where like I hate being there, and I hate that I have to ask him this question.
How do you pronounce your last name? Actually.
Okay, I got one on my list here, Jake.
Shit.
Because I need to inform him in some way that I did not think of this question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm reading this here, man. Holy shit. How do you say your last name? Like, how do you say it?
You.
No, sorry. Too dry. There's actually a really funny set of interviews, very like kind of between two ferns that like a local Dallas guy got to do with like Will Ferrell and a bunch of other people. He actually became friends with like Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell because of it. They're pretty funny. They're not as good as the very scripted
100%.
Between Two Ferns.
Yeah.
But it's actually live and not scripted, which is what I think is interesting about it. Again, like it's not as funny because the person's not into it.
Yeah.
Like or they either are or they are not, or maybe like halfway into it they kind of are like, oh okay, I'll lean in or whatever. But yeah, I remember the one he did with maybe Will Ferrell. Being very awkward, like legitimately, like he did, like Will Ferrell, or maybe it was Zach Galifianakis actually. But one of them where like he's just like he's kind of laughing, but it's more of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know? Like anyway, Yogi. I think I said turning 37, but Ronan Farrow, but I didn't follow up with. So he's a journalist. He's like a host or on the news network.
Ronan is.
Yeah, he's supposedly the biological child of Woody Allen and Mia Farrow, but the rumor is that he is actually Frank Sinatra's child because they look so similar and because he looks nothing like Woody Allen. Who does look like Woody Allen? You know, he's like a skinny clown.
Yeah.
With his hair is like that kind of frizzy on the sides and the back top thing, but you know, Woody Allen also looks like a pedophile.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we got about 5 seconds left. So.
Fellowship of the Ring came out this day,